Welcome back to People in the News.
If ever an artist owned the 90s, it was Mariah Carey. Billboard named her the Artist of the Decade. But after slumping sales, a tumultuous relationship, and personal lows, Mariah had a very public meltdown. Well, now she's back on top. Her new album, The Emancipation of Mimi, has become a blockbuster, announcing the return of one of music's most overwhelming vocal talents. Not long ago, I sat down with Mariah for a rare and candid interview about her music, her marriage, and her comeback. Mariah, you once said that you had a desire to make music because it healed you. And that you had a desire to become famous because it made you feel worthy and accepted.
Because I thought it would make me feel worthy and accepted.
And that was the big surprise. She's the biggest selling female recording artist of all time.
This woman has sold 150 million records. This will never happen again in our lifetime, probably.
Right behind Elvis, just beyond the Beatles, there she sits, a super diva with pipes of steel. What is that voice?
I don't know, man. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? I don't know.
Do you have a 5-octave range or a 7-octave range?
I doubt that it's any. I have no idea. I really don't. It's like, it depends on how much sleep I get that day.
13 albums, 16 #1 singles, an estimated $300 million in the bank. But with every Grammy and with every gold record, there have been a few less than glittering moments. Mariah Carey's life, you see, has not been just a sweet, sweet fantasy. For a decade and a half, we've watched the story unfold. The fame, the fortune, the marriage to a music mogul.
What are you doing?
The meltdown right in front of our eyes.
Oh my God.
2001 was probably one of the worst years of Mariah Carey's life.
You had this incredibly talented woman whose personal life had gone to hell. I think what we saw with that period was a combination of the media maybe overplaying it, and Mariah since then has perhaps underplayed what happened a little bit.
This month, after a 3-year absence, the voice returns.
This is the point when I need everybody to get to the dance floor. Like
Mariah Carey is back.
She's back big time.
Her latest is called The Emancipation of Mimi. Critics are calling the disc a powerhouse return to form. How emancipated is she?
I think she's pretty free on this record. I mean, I think she's enjoying herself, having the best time, and just enjoying doing music, you know?
So, who is Mimi? And just what brought Mimi to this state of emancipation?
I think it took going through everything that I went through since that whole 2001 situation, and it was just like me working myself into the ground to the point where I had to just collapse because there was nothing else.
Mariah Carey was born in Huntington, New York on March 27, 1970. Her father, an engineer, was African-American and Venezuelan. Her Irish-American mother performed with the New York City Opera. Where would you be today if it hadn't been for your mother's support and her encouragement along the way?
She named me Mariah Carey. I don't have a middle name because she was like, this is your stage name.
Well, it was inspiration from a song.
Exactly.
And the name of that song was?
Mariah.
They call the wind Mariah, and I heard that song over and over as a child.
They call the wind Mariah.
But music wasn't the only thing filling the Carey household. Heated arguments were becoming repetitive as well. In 1973, the final curtain on a troubled marriage fell.
Her parents struggled tremendously with prejudice. They would move into a neighborhood and discover that their dogs were poisoned. That created a lot of tension between the parents, so that they split by the time Mariah was 3 years old.
My white mother and my black father